Good evening, wrestling fans. Welcome to Evolution of Pro Wrestling. I'm your host, Lewis, the Encyclopedia of Pro Wrestling.
And I'm Jay, the Whiz Kid of Pro Wrestling.
Hey, always a great introduction. Happy anniversary, Jaden. 3 years. 3 years of Evolution of Pro Wrestling. First off, we want to thank all you fans that have been supporting us, have been showing up to our shows, listening to our content. We love you fans for all the support. I love my wife, the producer and director that made all this happen. She, helped me with the idea, as well as my son, my partner, who has grown so much in this promo. Yes, Jeff, what's going on, brother? Happy anniversary, a 3-year anniversary special show. And we have a hell of a show for you tonight. It's gonna be an amazing show. Like, you are not gonna get enough of this one.
He's already coughing from the excitement.
already, man. Already getting there. So, Jaden, we are going to go into our top news. James, welcome, brother. Welcome to our 3-year anniversary show. We appreciate it. Jaden, top news. Mustafa Ali. Hey, Brian, what's going on, brother? 3 years. Ben, thank you for joining us, brother. We appreciate it. Yes, looking forward to a good one. Yes, absolutely. We're going to have a good one today. Mustafa Ali requested his release from the WWE, but he was denied that release. Why? Thank you, sir. Thank you, Bradley. Thank you, brother. Welcome. Jaden, what do you? He was denied that. Why do you think that was denied?
That is a good question. Honestly, I feel like it was denied. Well, is his contract over?
No, his contract is not over. He wants out. He wants out of his contract. He wants to leave.
Okay. Honestly, I really don't know. Could be. I'm stuck for words. What do you think? Because I really have no idea.
Well, listen, Ali has been proving, he's pretty much been stating that he did not want to be in the WWE anymore. Kevin, what's going on? Go B, what's poppin'? It's your godfather, his godfather, Kevin Laura. What's up, brother? Thank you for joining us. Ali is a superb superstar. And he doesn't feel wanted. He doesn't feel like he's getting that push that he deserves. And what I think, to me, what hit the nail on the coffin wasn't just the retribution. When he lost in the Money in the Bank to Brock Lesnar. That was ridiculous. Thank you, Kev. That was ridiculous. You know what I mean? You should have gave him the push. You should have given him the push he deserves. And you pretty much you didn't do it.
Exactly, you didn't. I hate how WWE denies the talents requests for releases, but the minute the company releases them, they can't compete for 90 days. What? That's crazy.
Yep, that's what they do. They can't compete for 90 days, which makes no damn sense to me.
Ali should have been Cruiserweight champion.
Listen, Ali should have been something. They should have put him as something, an Intercontinental Champion, United States, whatever. Listen, if you put Rey Mysterio, 5'4", little chicken chilindrino,
probably taller than
the World Heavyweight Champion. Come on now, come on.
And the WWE Champion at that, like, come on now. WWE could do better than that, man. WWE is absolutely going crazy. So let's get into another one. Rumor has it that Bray
Windham.
Dad, I can't read your
Barry Windham
can't read that.
Is supposedly privately signed the contract to be with AEW.
I don't know if anybody's
How accurate is this?
I don't know if anybody's seen that promo, but he made some type of promo, I think, like a few days ago, and
he did. Listen, he's been doing a lot of promos, a lot of impressive promos, and it could be a sign that he's going to AEW.
But some people are also saying he could stay in WWE because I think he still had his WWE picture up for The Fiend on his social media.
No, I understand, but if he does come back, then I could say WWE has a chance to do an awesome storyline with him and Roman Reigns.
If they don't screw it up.
Exactly, if they don't screw it up. Apparently, James thinks he's going back to WWE, a surprise entry in the Royal Rumble, maybe?
I could see that, too.
Listen, we're going to talk about that, too, tonight. The Royal Rumble, which by far is mind-boggling, these matches. I'm like, wow. But, fans, we would like to, before we continue, we would like you to share, like, and comment thank you for joining us again for our 3-year anniversary special. This is 3 years in the making. We've dug, we've dig through, we've had our matches, which I don't think it's over by a long shot. But
my arm.
You'll be all right, son. But yes, we're hoping that he comes back. I think he is. Lewis, what's going on, brother? The owner and CEO of EGCW Independent Wrestling here in Florida. They're doing great things. Happy to see you, man. As for those of you who are joining us, we are at our this is our 3-year anniversary special. Thank you for joining us. Yes, we will get to that Royal Rumble tonight. The other news from speaking of AEW, apparently Cody Rhodes is a free agent. We miss you too, man. We miss doing the commentary. You know how we did before?
It was really fun.
Excuse me. Cody Rhodes is a free agent. You know what's funny is he's a free agent all of a sudden with the Royal Rumble coming up. How ironic is that, Jaden?
That's very ironic.
Do you think?
I feel like there can be an invasion. For people that don't know, rumor has it that there's going to be several AEW members going into the Royal
also
Rumble.
Impact. Many people talk about Moose. Moose is possibly a surprise entry. Apparently, WWE is breaking the forbidden wall and it's opening up the doors for talent from other organizations to come into the ring. So which is awesome.
This is my
Stardust.
This is my thing right here. This is my theory. They're gonna open that gate, and there's officially gonna be a WWE and an AEW war going on. If they do that, WWE's ratings will go up so high. If you want to
make a shitload of money, you want to make money, work within each other. I'm telling you, you will get so much money, so much publicity. It's not even funny.
Absolutely.
Like, oh my God, like an invasion that you could see, that you won't even see coming. Yes, that needs to happen, Brian. You're absolutely right. It needs to AEW versus WWE battle. It has to happen. It has to happen.
Has to.
I'm telling you, it has to happen.
Has to.
But can Vince McMahon pull the trigger?
Reality show.
No, I don't know. That's an interesting question.
He could, honestly.
Yep, Ben, I agree with you. That might be the one thing that could save the bacon. That could save him.
Either that or the
because listen, WWE is going downhill, and when I mean downhill, with the decision that they made of calling Walter Gunther Stark. Are you kidding me?
Oh, trust me, that's not even the worst name.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, that's not even the worst name.
Holy cow! Like, come on, man. Keep him with the name. It's what made him tough. It's what made him who he was. Why do that?
The Briscoes posted on their social media about the WWE for the first time in a long time. Maybe WWE could get a catch up. Maybe the WWE can have a fourth quarter comeback.
Listen, Ring of Honor is no more.
Bring back NWO.
Hey, June, what's going on, brother?
What's up, Uncle June?
My brother, Riddle Brosa is live watching us. Just send him my love. Thank you for watching us. Our producer and director for our 3-year anniversary show.
That would be really cool to bring back NWO. They're so old.
Man, no. But there's ways you can do it though.
Hey, like
there's ways.
Cobra Kai.
Listen, exactly.
Like Cobra Kai. Like Cobra Kai.
Listen, for those of you that haven't watched Cobra Kai, look at it. It's the best. You gotta watch. If you're a Karate Kid fan, you definitely enjoy it. But come on, you change his name, and then to add insult to it, Virgil, the legendary Virgil, insulted him, telling him you need to grow some balls, you need to grow a hair. That he said I should have grew one when I was there. Yada yada yada. Like, my man, seriously,
Moxley involved. That would be so golden right there.
Oh man, Moxley involved in Roman's.
Golden.
Man. Hey, man, what's going on, brother Ray? Kevin's brother is here. Thank you for joining us.
That would be really cool.
But guys, again, before we continue, thank you for joining us. Please feel free to share, like, and comment. This is our 3-year anniversary show. We are glad to be here. Thank you all your fans.
You gotta slow down. These comments is coming fast.
Yeah.
ROH did a scheduled show in Texas. Grantham versus Bandito is announced. Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's a ring. Those two are pretty good, man.
They could get the video library and have new footages for Seth Rollins.
Yeah,
that is actually
they can
true.
because he did Ring of Honor.
He did
Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
So speaking of superstars from NXT, Damien Priest, who is currently the U.S. Heavyweight Champion, took his first loss against Kevin Owens.
He had a pretty long run, though.
What does that mean with his momentum going into the Royal Rumble?
Hey, is Kevin Owens in the Royal Rumble?
I believe so.
Then that means that's probably his main target.
That's his.
right
Oh
there.
man, no, but that gives Kevin Owens a momentum getting into the ring.
That is.
So
true.
I don't know. And then speaking of returns, Lita made her return to Friday Night SmackDown and beat the living bejesus out of Charlotte Flair. And she announced for the Rumble.
She showed Charlotte Flair who the real lady wrestler was.
Listen, Lita says she still got it in her.
Of course
she got one more.
Lita still
so
got
I don't know. I think Priest drops the title to Owens at Rumble and Priest wins the Rumble. Listen, I would like to see Damien Priest win.
I wouldn't even be surprised.
No, I would like to see.
I wouldn't even be surprised to see that happen.
I would like to see Damien Priest win.
Nothing
Listen, there's a lot of possibilities.
I don't believe Kevin will do anything. Honestly,
we'll see.
I agree to disagree because like WWE is notorious for stirring a pot and then dropping it on the floor. But at the same time, they could also do something different.
That's well put. But that's the thing. Kevin Owens doesn't need to do anything.
He doesn't
because he's a heel, and he gets that animosity from other superstars. He gets it from the fans. As long as you bring in money, you putting butts in the seats right now. That's what counts.
If Triple H comes back, that could possibly be one of the greatest.
But that's the thing. Triple H retired. He can't fight anymore.
Look at Undertaker though.
Undertaker, but he has cardiac issues, heart issues, so he can't.
He can't. But there's still other ways to get Triple H involved. There's still other ways to get Triple H in that. We still got Shane McMahon. We got Randy Orton. We got a whole bunch of other people like that.
Well, speaking of Randy Orton apparently, through a source of ours, is having some issues with the RKO move. It's starting to affect his body.
I mean, look how much he uses it. Like that looks like it hurts.
Yeah, no, it's starting to take a toll on him.
I mean, he's getting old too. No offense, Randy, you're one of my favorite wrestlers, but you getting old, man. So it's gonna start taking a little toll. You're not as young as you used to be.
No, it's definitely not as young as you used to be. But it's.
I mean,
he still does it.
He uses the move a lot. Hey, I guess he prefers our enjoyment and puts his body on the line. So I gotta respect Randy Orton for that.
Of course, listen, Randy Orton is a legend. He got
pain out of nowhere. You get it? RKO out of nowhere, pain out of no. Yeah. That was funny. That was funny.
He needs to change his finesher.
I get it.
I know he likes the RKO. I know the RKO was a signature
to the punt kick. Why don't he go back to that?
Well,
other than he won't have. I don't feel like
he won't be able to get away with it.
I don't feel like anything else looks better with. I don't feel like any other finisher looks better on Randy Orton. No. I feel like the RKO was made for Randy Orton. Like
there's no doubt about it.
Like I cannot see Randy Orton doing a whole different finisher.
Randy Orton is 2 years younger than Tom Brady.
How old is Tom Brady? He's like 40 something, right?
He's definitely 40 something. Also, we wanted to let you guys know about. Legends, which we talked about Randy Orton.
Spike DDT.
Rey Mysterio is on the cover of WWE 2K22, and it looks actually really good.
2K22, I seen the trailer for the game.
It was definitely good. It's.
I heard there's a rumor that CM Punk might be in the Royal Rumble. Yo, Alvin. I've heard many people about that.
Listen,
and I'm really having speculations that there's going to be a lot of people from other companies because I think TNA was saying something about WWE, AEW was saying something about WWE, and this just happened out of the absolute blue. Nobody was hinting that they started talking about WWE. I guarantee it. One person from a different company is going to be in the Royal Rumble. Of course, absolutely. It could be more. It could be more, but I guarantee there's going to be at least one.
Now is the time.
At least one.
Now is the time. Now is the time to break that forbidden door.
I think they will.
Just break it.
I think they will.
Make some money. Vince, stop being a bullheaded, you know what, and get it going.
I think they will. Have CM Punk
back to be a surprise entry in the Royal Rumble and win to face Roman Reigns for the title. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
That would be crazy.
That would not be a bad idea.
And they have history. They have history too.
Of course they got
Jaden,
history.
Are you going to get that game? I don't know.
I'm going to get that game.
I probably will.
I'm gonna get that game.
If I don't get it,
then PlayStation 4, I'm gonna get it. But either way, if he gets it, I play it. If I get it, he plays it.
Exactly.
So, Mickey James is definitely gonna be there. She's definitely for sure gonna be at the Royal Rumble. I'm anxious to see her coming out with the Impact title. That's gonna be interesting.
Light goes out and all out AEW versus WWE during the Rumble. That would be awesome. Anything with Roman. Hey, I'm looking forward to seeing Roman this weekend.
Of course.
I'm looking forward to seeing Roman this
next weekend. Yeah, Roman Reigns is fighting Seth Rollins, and I gotta say that's gonna be a hell of a match.
Those are one of my two.
Okay, according to Brian, he says according to Cody, he built that forbidden door with his last promo he did last night. Of course, that's what I'm saying. And speaking of that promo, oh man, that promo gave me goosebumps. Like it was amazing. Like
Roman is gonna lose.
Oh, Brian, you trying
to awake a demon right now? Relax,
man.
He's trying to bring.
Do you want my wife to come through that phone, man?
Hey, here's something you should do: video game night and plan against us. Hey.
That's not bad.
We got PlayStation 4. We can bring a game of tags.
No, we can go live during the show and playing. We can discuss as we play. That's actually not a bad idea. We'll talk more about that as we go along. James Sargent said Cody versus CM Punk is going to happen. Of course, I would love to see that match.
Roman keeps his title till Mania. Now, okay,
I believe that.
Bradley, I got a question for you. Who do you think he's gonna fight for that title?
I was pumped.
Told you a promo will get you pumped. I haven't seen it yet. I gotta watch it.
I'm telling you, I was pumped.
I gotta watch Cody. I have to watch Cody's promo because I haven't seen it yet.
He put it out there, like, yo, let's do it. Like, come on, man. But
Bradley, who do you think Roman's gonna defend his title at WrestleMania? Because we all know Roman's gonna fight for his title at WrestleMania.
I think I see a unification title match happening at WrestleMania.
Either that, or I honestly agree with Uncle June. I feel like CM Punk or somebody from a different company could fight Roman Reigns for that title, like they did with WCW and WWE when Rob Van Dam took the WWE title to WCW. I could see something like that happening again. That would work out really well.
Brian says Royal Rumble winner will fight both champs at Mania. That would be very interesting.
I wonder who is gonna win.
Very interesting.
Though that really has me concerned now about who's gonna win the Rumble.
It's tough, man.
Like it is tough.
But you know what's gonna be even tougher, Jaden? What's gonna be tougher? The Wheel of Evolution. 10 topics from the past shows that we've had in 3 years' time is going to be in this wheel. Yeah. And the topics are as follows. WrestleMania. Viewer's choice, which means if it lands on viewer's choice, you, the fans, get to choose the topic of the night of what we could discuss. But we're going to be discussing each topic for 5 minutes, and we will spin the wheel after 5 minutes. My son will keep the time of 5 minutes on his phone, Jay, if you don't mind. We will also have wrestling errors, factions, Bruiser Brody, the incident with Sergeant Slaughter in Iraq when he joined General Adnan. The career of Brian Pillman. The history of women's wrestling. The legendary phenom himself, The Undertaker. The career of The Undertaker. And tag teams.
Those are all the topics.
Spin the wheel, make the deal with Evolution. With the Wheel of Evolution. Undertaker, look, he hyped.
Undertaker's like one of my top 5. Undertaker is definitely a legend.
Jaden.
Let's go.
Let's do the honor. Get your time out, son.
Oh, good spin.
Very good spin. Here we go. And it lands on the career of Brian Pillman. Brian Pillman.
Let's put this inside for a little bit.
Set the timer, son, for 5 minutes.
Timer set.
Put a beeping sound.
I got one.
Okay.
It beeps when it goes off.
5 minutes. Here we go. Brian Pillman.
I'm not a topic.
Brian Pillman had an illustrious career in professional wrestling before he passed away. God rest his soul. Had his demons. Unfortunately, he had his demons.
Happens to the best of us. He was called Flying Brian. Exactly, Brian. Flying Brian. That reminds me.
And he was an excellent athlete. And he took on the likes of Jushin Thunder Liger. Let's see the wheel. There we go. The Wheel of Evolution.
Right now we're talking about Brian Pillman.
Brian Pillman pretty much took on the best of them. He took on Stone Cold. He took on the Great Muta. He took on Jushin Thunder Liger. and that just keeps going. And he had an illustrious career with Stone Cold Steve Austin, which back then was stunning Steve Austin. They were a hell of a tag team. But where did his career go wrong?
Honestly, though, where did his career go wrong? What do you guys think? Well, we're over here talking, but let's get you guys.
Oh yeah, he was a hell of a light heavyweight champion.
Pillman.
He was a hell of a light heavyweight. He was able to move with the best of the best. Oh, Liger and him, that was one of the greatest matches I've ever seen. When it comes to lightweights like that, that was amazing.
The car wreck.
The car wreck, exactly.
Okay.
That's what messed him up because he got hit. It was nearly fatal. It was It was a really bad car accident.
A lot of people are saying that.
That he broke his ankle.
His broken ankle ruined him.
And then he got hooked. Unfortunately, he got hooked on pain pills. He couldn't perform the way he wanted to. And that's what was eating him up in professional wrestling. When he was in WCW,
depression took over.
Yeah. When he was in WCW, he pretty much he lost it. He lost it. Once he got to WWE, he lost it. He was the loose cannon. He was doing some crazy stuff. Even when he landed in ECW, he was gonna pee in the ring on ECW.
Like
that they had to stop him.
Legitimately, gonna pee out of his own free will. Like he was. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What's the timing, Jaden?
Timing right now is 2 minutes left. You want to switch the topic, or you want to keep going?
Yes, let's keep going.
All right. Well, here we go. You want me to
okay, so let's make it instead of every 5 minutes, we're gonna make it every 3 minutes.
That's fine.
Deal? All right. Let's go.
Let's see.
Depending on the topic. Yes, depending on the topic.
Let me restart this.
His demons got the best of him. Unfortunately, his demons got the best of him. He was a hell of an athlete. He could have been a superstar. He could have been a top star with that attitude. Listen, they were gonna put him in a feud. I think it was Stone Cold or Bret Hart.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been awesome. But it took over. Unfortunately, it took over. Make it more fun. Here we go.
Got you.
And the wheel of evolution lands on wrestling eras. Oh man, this is gonna be a good one. I'm old school. This is modern day.
I'm not modern day. Don't put me there. No,
modern day.
That's disrespectful.
I'm old school.
I'm in
old school
no.
to the
I'm
max.
not modern day.
80s and 90s, the Attitude Era. Hulkamania, what you gonna do,
I am
brother?
the ruthless aggression. I'm the ruthless aggression era. That era wasn't as good as the Attitude Era, but I'm
because of John Cena.
Era.
Because of John Cena, the Polka Doom. The Polka Doom was back then in 2000. That was retarded. The late 80s and Attitude Era. Of course, look at that. Come on, man. Exactly. Come on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That was the best era.
I'm 15 and I know the Attitude Era was
Stone
the best.
Cold. When the moment Stone Cold came, see, he's a territory old school guy. That's what I'm saying. Old school. When you talk about old school, you got exactly AWA, WCW, WCCW. Woo! That's your uncle's favorite wrestler.
Ric Flair.
Ric Flair. That's his favorite wrestler. Yeah. You can't tell him nothing else. He'll always
80s
argue.
and 90s was the best.
The best.
Of course, they had Hulkamania.
Listen, the
Warrior,
NWA.
Macho Man.
The NWA was also good. NWA was awesome back in the territory day.
Stone Cold. They had.
The territories was good too. Real Man throwing down. Oh, of course, Real Man were definitely throwing down. Like back then, you saw wrestling, the best of the best. That's what we had. But
Nick Bockwinkel is still my vision of the champion.
Yeah, he's still my vision because he was the AWA heavyweight champion for quite a while.
This was when wrestling was fun and entertaining and not too political, right?
Exactly.
Right.
And
it's when wrestling was wrestling.
And when when characters were able to
be
themselves as their character,
to be who they wanted to be.
Now we're too politically correct. We're too sponsors, yeah, blah 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 blah. You can't do this, so you can't curse that, whatever. And
I don't mean to get off of this, but that's one thing. Another thing WWE has to do. They can't care too much for politics. I mean, I know there's a lot of kid viewers now, but not too much politics. I don't think they should do all those politic things. I feel like it just makes WWE unfun now.
Christopher Brown says, I've been a fan of 5 or 6 eras by now. What can you say to that? Listen, I've been a fan since I was 5 years old, and I'm 40 now.
So have I.
So
I'm
come on.
15 now.
I've seen every single era that's been, and even I've gone back before on YouTube watching old school eras because I like old school. You know, when it came to the Attitude Era, I loved it. The rivalry with Vince McMahon and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
One of the best rivalries
oh man, that was amazing.
That was one of the greatest.
And then the rise of The Rock, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment.
The Four Horsemen were the
Four Horsemen were amazing.
That was one of the best factions. That was,
if not the best faction of all time.
Yes, exactly.
If not the best faction. Hello, my producer director waving at us. Hello. We the NWO was crazy. The NWO Goldberg. Listen. Goldberg was a phenom in WCW. They used him the way he could, the talent that he had. Gordon Soley, oh man, Gordon Soley was a great commentator, man, great commentator.
You know who else was a good commentator?
Who?
Jim Ross.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Stone Cold.
Oh, listen, I still watch that promo.
You were just watching it, I think.
Yeah, when Austin comes back and he goes nuts.
Stone Cold.
He said, "Oh yeah, Stone Cold." I'm like, "Oh my God!" I said, my throat would have been hurting by now if I would have did that.
I don't know.
But he's a natural at it, just like Gordon Soley. Gordon Soley was a natural at it. You know, but you had to change things up.
I'm 33. I love old school more than now. It had so much different characters and fans really got.
Old school. Listen, that's the only reason
too.
I watch Peacock. You know, thanks to my buddy, which he's gonna be named nameless, but he knows what I'm talking about. I watch Peacock old school wrestling. I was just watching the 1998 Royal Rumble when Stone Cold won the Royal Rumble. I'm old school to the max.
I like
old
school too.
Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone was also a good commentator.
I like old school because this is the old school that he introduced me to. I didn't get introduced to this new school wrestling.
What's the time, Jake?
The time is, we got 31 seconds left.
All right, but
we might as well finish it up.
No,
man,
listen. Also, listen. To me, the best eras was 80s and 90s.
Sully was the best. JR was the second. Peacock and YouTube are great for old school.
Of course. And I still watch them all. I watch them all. And
Bobby the Brain was funny.
Yeah. Bobby the Brain was funny, and he was the best manager of all time, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
In my opinion.
Heenan was great.
But
great.
I don't know. Did time go up? I think you flashed.
Oh, now it's over.
And our 3 minutes is up. Now we're gonna spin the wheel again. What is the next topic? Let's take
big spin.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look.
My timer. Oh, there it is.
Sergeant Slaughter, the issue that he had when he was a heel and joined Iraq. Oof.
Patrino O'Brien just sent me something.
In 19... Oh, hell yeah! Listen, in 1991, the United States and Iraq went to war. Operation Desert Storm.
That sounds really cool.
Sergeant Slaughter was a heel at that time. Won the WWF title from Ultimate Warrior at the Royal Rumble. But this man caused chaos because he was wearing a bulletproof vest. For real protection? Real protection.
Why?
Because he was wearing the enemy's military suit.
Oh my God.
He was pledging Iraq.
He took that heel turn to a whole new level.
They had to take his family to a different location because of death threats. That's how bad this was. What do you tell me? What is your opinion on everything that happened with Sergeant Slaughter as a heel and wearing the Iraqi soldier outfit? Give us your thoughts about that. And while you're giving us your thoughts, please feel free to share, like, and comment our 3-year anniversary special. Bring everybody in, your cousins, your friends,
everyone.
Even bring your dog. Just bring them in.
What?
Have him jump all over the screen while he sees us screaming.
Yeah.
But you gotta.
It was a good gimmick for a lot of us with the armed forces background. That was what you call it.
No, it was lethal.
Sergeant Slaughter dodged a lot of bullets with that one. Cause wow.
It was lethal, man. It was very dangerous for what he tried to do.
He had some big balls to do that.
Yeah. Well, Alex says I was in Desert Storm. He was genuinely hated. I knew better, but it was a mistake. Of course it was a mistake. It was a huge mistake that Vince McMahon did.
But it did change history, though.
No, it definitely changed history. See, Weaver Bryan says that, bro, this Sergeant Slaughter topic, man, it was so real with the present times at that time. Of course.
McMahon was definitely was. He still is.
He still is. McMahon is definitely a bully.
Change about him. He's still a bully.
Listen,
ain't nothing changed.
But that he hit it right there on the neck. He hit it right there in the head. Ben said McMahon capitalizing on political situation, and that's what it was.
Yep.
It was a political situation at the time. Everything that happened at that time was because of Vince McMahon. Exactly, multiple death threats. It was bad. It was very, very bad, and I know
Sergeant Slaughter had to hate that. Like,
listen, it would have been worse because he said it. They wanted him to burn the American flag. He said no.
Ooh.
He said no.
And that would have been
said,
bad.
but I'll do the worst best thing. I'll do even worse. I will burn Hulk Hogan's shirt. And at that time,
I did
Hulk
see him do that.
Was the man.
I did
he
see
was
him
America
do that. He was
in
America.
WWE. He was like, shit, let me burn the American flag. And he even said it. It took every single security guard to hold the fans to jump off over the railing and kick his ass.
Oh goodness!
That's how real.
I gotta watch that again.
That's how real that was.
Oh my!
I'm like, oh
Sergeant
man.
Slaughter's a straight savage.
They made Iron Sheik into an Iraqi when he was in Iran. Of course, it was crazy.
It
was really crazy, but Slaughter hated it, but he enjoyed the money and career resurgency. Of
That's
course,
scary though.
That's
like
scary.
he was getting
but at
death
what
threats,
price,
and
though?
they had to move his family.
You know, Brian, I agree with you with that. He was one of the best heels of all time, hands down.
Being the fact that gimmick was like a politician situation.
You're absolutely right, Ben.
He played it amazing.
No, he's absolutely right. That was still wrestling. It wasn't
Not
sports entertainment. No,
it was
because
still wrestling.
kayfabe wasn't broken back then.
It was not.
People thought that Sergeant Slaughter was the real life heel. That
he really wanted to do that.
He legitimately went to Iraq.
Honestly, I wish that kayfabe was never broken until like, I don't know. I still wish they haven't broken kayfabe.
Jamie Solomon's that was a crazy rivalry too. Taker and Muhammad Hassan, they had to cut that.
I feel like I heard
they had to cut it because the way they were choking the Undertaker, and the situation with the bombings that happens prior to that. Mm-hmm. They put these guys as terrorists. And they had to cut the storyline right away. Because it was going to get personal right away. Yep, talent back then respected their own characters and owned it.
And owned them, right.
Now they don't. You don't see shit.
Wearing the Iraqi uniform was the worst. Mm-hmm. I was in the army and that set...
that shit set me off, of course, because that was, it was war.
It was war.
But doing what you did with Vince McMahon doing like that, it was unsafe.
It was unsafe.
It was unsafe. It was unheard of. It should have never happened, and it happened. So, but Jaden, let's go back to the wheel now. Let's spin that wheel.
Well, we didn't even need the timer because we covered like 5 minutes of it.
Factions.
Okay, we need the timer for this one.
Whew. Factions. My brother just mentioned one before.
The Four Horsemen.
The Four Horsemen.
We got
when you talk about factions,
oh man,
it's so many.
A lot.
So many.
That Evolution.
And then you see the
DX.
superstars coming out of those factions and becoming grand superstars. The Horsemen, the greatest. Now, here's my question. Who were the best horsemen? Lewis likes factions. Laughing out loud.
He does like factions. NWO was a
No, I like the old school factions.
NWO.
Old school factions. These factions now, the closest thing that the faction that I like this in this new era was the Shield, the Bloodline, and the Hurt Business.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
And maybe the Undisputed Era. And Imperial.
Yeah, there was a lot of factions going on in this wrestling era. Ric Flair, woo! Hey, Ric Flair, in my opinion, Ric Flair is one of the best horsemen.
Yes, Barry Windham. Exactly. I was waiting for somebody to say Barry Windham. Alex says Flair, Tully, Arn, and Wyndham.
Wait a minute. You said the best.
The best Four Horsemen, because there was numerous. There was different Four Horsemen. They weren't always the same. But to me, that was the best Four Horsemen there was.
Now, who do you think is the best faction in the 2000 era, like the 2013 and up?
Shield. The Shield
I'm stuck between the Shield and the Wyatt family.
The Shield wrecked havoc. Well,
the Wyatt family, because the Wyatt family made a name for themselves.
Beat the Shield
and
first.
They fought the Shield. That's what I'm saying. They started the rivalry with the Shield.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
I I'm stuck between the Shield and the Wyatts.
That's a good point. Yes, and JJ Dillon was a hell of a manager for the Four Horsemen.
Honestly, though, like
I'm calling in the middle because that's tough.
I'm calling in the middle too.
That's really tough.
Shield and Wyatt. I feel like the Wyatt
I've had
family,
it for the last 10 years, of course.
The Shield, yeah, exactly.
Benoit was a decent horseman, not the best. I think he could have been a little bit more. Art Anderson, of course, the enforcer.
Art Anderson and Ric Flair were my favorites.
No, those two held.
Those were my favorites.
Those two held. DX was good too.
DX was good.
Both of them.
Yes.
With Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
That was my favorite.
And the Outlaws, X-Pac and DX.
I feel like Triple H and Shawn Michaels was the.
But you know what? But you know what?
I just kicked Stan. Oh my goodness.
Well, we got a question from Kevin. Kevin says, who will win, Batista or Roman Reigns?
I gotta go with Roman Reigns.
I gotta go with Roman Reigns,
This Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Well, either that Roman Reigns or Shield Roman Reigns.
What about Batista in his prime, though?
Then we're gonna have to put Shield Roman Reigns against him because that was really quiet Roman Reigns.
Yes, Alex, yes. The Dangerous Alliance. Oh, man. By Paul Heyman?
You know, Stan. Yeah, Stan was Shawn Spears.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yes, the Nation of Domination. All these factions are amazing.
Nation of Domination.
But let's do a little Survivor Series scenario. Give me 2 factions, 4 teams. Who would it be right now, Jaden?
You had to do that. You caught me off guard.
Let's do it.
I can't process that fast. All right. Let's go
Heenan family.
Let's go with the Heenans, the 4 Horsemen. Let's put the 4 Horsemen. He was. Ric Flair.
He was. Ric Flair was a part of the Horsemen.
All right, so he got
he was the leader.
Heenans. Let's go with the 4 Horsemen. Let's go with
So you got 2 teams.
Let's go with the. Who you got, Dad? Come on, I got one. Who you got?
Okay, he says Horseman and DX.
Okay. Who you got though? Who do you think should be on that list? Keep that in mind.
I would say the 4
DX.
Horsemen against DX.
That would be a good one.
You know which other faction was good? The Fabulous Freebirds. Ooh, that would be amazing. Dangerous Alliance against Evolution.
Ooh, baby. That would be awesome.
Jeff, you just gave me an idea, bro. Thank you. You just gave me an idea. I got something going on in my head now. The Road Warriors. Paul Ellering, of course, man. That was amazing. How much time did you put, Jay?
It's ticking. 40 minutes. 40 seconds.
40 seconds. 40 minutes.
I almost said minutes.
That would have been nice. The Hart Foundation against the NWO.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been awesome. Now, what about the NWO, the Horsemen against the Hart Foundation?
What about the Horsemen versus NWO?
Oh, man. The possibilities are endless, man.
All of them. Evolution versus NWO. The Evolution versus the 4... Oh, wait. We can't do Evolution versus the 4 Horsemen because Ric Flair was
AEW Heenan family versus the Horsemen. Oh, no, the Varsity Club can never be forgotten. Jaden versus... Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that.
We got some unfinished business.
Let's not say that. We got something for you guys real soon.
Yeah, well, our time is up for that topic, Jaden. Let's spin the wheel. Hold up. All right, this is going to be, well, we're probably going to do 2 more topics, and then we're going to jump into the Royal Rumble predictions.
We got something real soon for you.
Give it a good spin, Jaden.
Please, not the same thing.
The Undertaker's
I want to talk about
the career of the Undertaker.
I'm not gonna put a timer for this one because I really want to talk about.
Oh man, we just said the magic word. Brian is right here. Part 3 haircut match.
Listen, you should not be talking about haircuts.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
No. You should not be talking about haircuts.
Brian's hype. The Undertaker. The Phenom. The Dead Man. The American Badass, The Undertaker.
One of the greatest wrestlers,
if not the greatest. The man from the dark side.
The man from the dark side.
The man, exactly, this debuted the same day as the Gobbledygooker.
What? The Gobbledygooker?
Yeah, chicken. A turkey. Oh my God. Yep, Brian loves The Undertaker. He's the boy. That's his boy. The GOAT, best of all time. The Undertaker, listen, The Undertaker started his career getting his ass kicked by Bruiser Brody.
He started as Mean Mark Calloway,
Yes, Mean Mark Calloway.
Yep.
Mean Mark. The Skyscrapers. He was in the Skyscrapers in WCW.
Yep.
But he didn't really make anything.
Was making a name.
Apparently, in WCW, they told him you weren't gonna make any money. Actually, I think it was Ole Anderson that told him, you're not gonna make any money. The Punisher. They told him in his face, you're not gonna make an impact in this business. He came into the WWE. Vince called him and said, is this the Undertaker? You know how Vince told him. He said yes. And then it was smooth sailing from there.
Is this the Undertaker? So he just completely agreed with that name.
He agreed with that name.
The Undertaker. That fits him perfectly. Like
the Undertaker.
Honestly, like if I was to see
the
like
ring attire that they gave him when he started said it all. Ole Anderson told him.
I feel like honestly,
Ole Anderson told him he wasn't going to be anything.
If I was to see like Mark Calloway,
yes, Kane and the Undertaker.
If I was to see Mark Calloway in person, I wouldn't really be like, "Are you Mark Calloway?" I'd be like, "That's the Undertaker." Like that man owns the Undertaker. Like
exactly.
I feel like he's the Undertaker.
You want to talk about never breaking kayfabe?
He still does it.
He's never broken kayfabe. This man.
He owned his character. He still does.
Never.
He still does. He's never broken that character. The Undertaker is the Undertaker in and out.
This is a good point.
He's like 150. He is old. He is very old.
No, this is a good point. Alex, his original name was Kane the Undertaker.
But then they changed it because
to the Undertaker, but that's where Kane came from.
Yeah, Kane came from.
And then that's when the battle ensued between him and Kane, which also was a hell of a rivalry
of half brothers.
Oh man, it was a hell of a rivalry.
Rest in peace, Paul Bearer, man. And Paul Bearer was awesome.
Oh man,
he made everything. He made everything perfect.
That was a perfect. The purple and black.
Purple and black. That was probably one of the best attires that I've ever seen.
No, he listen. The man did the WrestleMania streak should have never been broken.
Or if should have.
In my opinion, he should have retired with the streak.
Oh yeah.
Those were the times, man. Oh man.
Yeah, that was so awesome, man.
It's unfortunate. Hell
in a Cell. Hey, that's Undertaker's. That's Undertaker's match right there. Undertaker owns that match.
That was his match.
Every time you stepped in let's be honest. Every time you stepped in a Hell in a Cell with Undertaker, you came out with blood. Let's just keep it real. You came out with blood, or you came out on the ground.
I'm sorry, not to cut off the Undertaker topic. In a little, we forgot to mention on the Saturday note because she was part of WWE at one point. Mm-hmm. She made an appearance. The passing of Betty White. She passed a couple of weeks ago, a week ago. Condolences to her and her family. She did appear in WWE, and she was 99. Damn, she was old. God bless her.
She had a going.
But back to our topic now. The Undertaker.
Of mask, I heard that the Undertaker also wore a mask.
He wore a mask. No, they broke his nose. Something with his nose or something like that.
I think it was Big
King Kong Bundy.
Yeah, King Kong Bundy was the one that broke his nose. It was one of those two, but they broke his nose.
How about when The Rock beat Mankind through that fight? Was brutal, of course. When Mankind fought The Rock, that was that Royal Rumble. When he knocked him with chair after chair after chair.
Remember when he threw Mankind off the top of that cell? That wasn't really supposed to happen either.
No,
that was
the choke slam was not supposed to happen.
That was not supposed to happen.
The choke slam was not supposed to happen.
And I feel like it did happen for a really good reason because it was absolutely worth it in my opinion.
Audible bone, yeah, it was his audible bone, and it was hurting. Yep. So he had to put that mask at least to protect himself.
It made him look cooler, in my opinion.
That match with Mankind and The Undertaker.
That was, oh my. That's a classic.
Huge.
I said, man down, he dead. He looked dead. Look at everything he went through. He got thrown off a cell and got thrown through a cell.
He had a tooth coming out of his lip.
Let's be honest too. That wasn't the last time Mankind got thrown through a cell. That was not the last time he's been through something. I think Triple H put him through the cell and he fell through the ring.
But they did it safer this time. Not the way it was.
That's what I'm saying. Like when it wasn't planned, it made it cooler because no one expected it. Mm-hmm. Not even the fans thought that. Like when they figured out that WWE didn't plan this, it's like wow.
Of course, besides him being Taker, he held a lot of weight in the back. Absolutely,
he was the voice for.
He was the voice for a reason.
Yeah, he was.
Undertaker was the judge, and the rivalry between Shawn Michaels and Taker was also great. By far, that
has to be one of the greatest rivalries, or if not the best rivalry in the world.
Not hey David, what's going on, brother? Tooth out of his nose. Yes, exactly. And with Shawn and Undertaker, but to me, WrestleMania 26, the greatest match of all time in the Millennium Era. But to me, the greatest still will always be WrestleMania, Ricky Steamboat versus Macho Man. Oh yeah, Macho Man. I
disagree with that one. I gotta go with Shawn and Undertaker. Those two had WrestleMania matches back to back.
Macho Man and Randy Savage. You gotta be kidding me.
Honestly, though, those two matches is just the same comparison to that exact match. That it was almost the same match, just like this match. Yes, it was. What is the difference?
Wrestling.
Oh my God, wrestling.
It was not kayfabe. They legitimately thought that Randy Savage hurt Ricky Steamboat.
Minus the kayfabe, though. Look at everything that went on in The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. That was a dream match from the beginning. And even at the ages they were at, not only did they fight each other in WrestleMania, had a whole bunch of oh my God moments in a schedule for one fall match, but they wrestled back to back, twice in a row, while those two only had one match. Don't get me wrong. Match was amazing. The match was great. Ricky Steamboat versus Macho Man was amazing. That was one of my favorites too. But that's something you have to compare. That's a comparison right there.
Well, Brian says we got to compare those matches, Lou. Macho Man versus Steamboat with Taker, and of course,
those are comparisons.
No, listen, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. That was a hell of a match. The match almost went on a damn near an hour, if not an hour, exactly. But technically, Savage and Steamboat had 14 near falls, which means that was a hell of a wrestling match.
Exactly. Thank you. Let them know I have a point.
You're right. And well said. I like that. That was good.
I could keep going with that.
See, Dave says Savage and Steamboat more is more better, always better.
Okay.
Everybody has their different opinions.
Let's agree to disagree. Let's put it this way. Macho Man versus Randy Savage had the longest match and a longer match. Let's say that. Wait, hold on. They had the longer match, but I feel like Undertaker and Shawn Michaels had a more interesting match.
Okay, let me put this in a different perspective. Macho Man Randy Savage and Ricky Steamboat's match was extraordinary, an instant classic. Two great athletes. For the first time ever in WrestleMania, 93,000 fans saw these men put on a show. Mm-hmm. Put on an exhibition. Then, you have The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels.
What you got against me? Jaden is wrong. He's supposed to be on my side. They had two main event matches.
You have Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, which was the end of the Shawn Michaels' career, which was even more extraordinary because the man went out the way he wanted to by losing to The Undertaker.
That led with two more main event matches with Triple H and...
because of the rivalry. But you're right. It's very hard to compare because The Undertaker...
And it's crazy, like you said...
Because of The Undertaker. The Undertaker was able to put on a show with anyone.
The Undertaker put butts in seats all the time.
Exactly.
I was never a disappointment with The Undertaker. I mean, minus that match with him and John Cena. That was just that was ridiculous. But
okay, Bradley says Savage versus Steamboat has a bigger draw because of the rivalry. Fans wanted to see Steamboat come back to take that title from Savage. You're right.
And you're right. I feel like it did have a bigger draw, but I feel like honestly... Since
I don't know, I gotta disagree with that, Alex.
Which one?
He said WrestleMania 25 match was better than 26. I don't know.
I think 25.
I think 26 was better.
Okay. Yeah. I think
26 was better.
I think 26.
In my opinion.
That was the career.
In my opinion.
That was the
career-ending match.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
I think it was better. But
25 wasn't bad though. 25 was
especially the way Shawn Michaels was being cocky.
Of course,
and doing everything.
That reminded me of old Shawn Michaels right there. That was giving me nostalgia.
It was awesome.
Yeah, that was.
It was an awesome rivalry, and then to cost him the world title.
But like I said, I feel like those two matches are debatable. Ricky Steamboat and Macho versus Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. Those matches are like matches that are like really comparable, and they both fight for the #1 spot because they were both amazing. Both of those matches were absolutely insane. So.
Oh, man. But, Jaden, our time is up with the Wheel of Evolution. Unless you want to spin it one more time before we get into our predictions into the Royal Rumble. We can do a timer. What do you wait? What do you fans think? What do you fans think?
Why don't we do a viewer's choice?
Yes.
Let's talk about...
Let's give you viewers choice.
You guys
give us the choice. We're going to give you 2 minutes to give us a topic that we could talk about. Viewer's choice. We'll put a vote on it on which choice we're gonna have. Alex says matches that today's talent need to watch. Okay, that's one topic. Guys, give us another one.
Matches that today's topic need. That today.
He says, "Spin it, boo."
Spin it. Oh, spin it, boy. Oh, wait. No, spin it, boy. I think he's either saying boo
Spin
or
it,
boy.
boy.
Spin it, boy.
I don't know.
Yes, what would WWE ran by Triple H look like? That is
a good one.
Hang on to that. That is interesting.
Freddie King, thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you, appreciate it.
Greatest heel turn
ever.
Keep that.
Keep that in mind. That's 2.
We can talk about 2 of those. Talk about 2. Give like 1 minute for each of them. We can
listen. Let's mix them up. What can we fix today in wrestling?
What do you think was the greatest heel turn, Dad? Let's ask them that. What can we fix today in wrestling? But I got a question for you.
Well,
what do you think was... Honestly, to me...
I would have to say, in my opinion, the greatest heel turn of all time, Hulk Hogan.
I was just about to say, took the words right out of my mouth.
Because that changed wrestling forever.
No one was expecting it either. No one was expecting this.
That changed wrestling forever.
This taking vitamins, all that crap.
Dave, don't get it twisted.
American
the independent scene is still out there. And WWE and other organizations are still giving us, are still going after
Hogan was the greatest heel turn. That's what I'm saying. It changed face for WWE.
It changed wrestling forever.
Absolutely. When he joined NWO, that was insane.
That was
Triple H...
Bruno Sammartino and Larry Z.
I feel like if okay, Jeff, are you talking about right now? If you're talking about right now, I feel like Triple H could skyrocket WWE right now. Triple H, honestly,
Triple H.
Let's be honest. Mr. McMahon has history. He basically made the WWE, but I feel like Triple H's mindset is way higher than Vince McMahon, and that's because he was legitimately in the business. He had to go through all his ups and downs with Vince McMahon and all that. So I feel like Triple H understands the business probably almost better than anyone in that whole industry.
Listen, Shawn Michaels' heel turn was good.
That was a good one.
When he became DX, but
I like this heel turn too when he turned on Marty Jannetty.
Yeah,
that was a good
I like
one.
that.
When he turned on Marty Jannetty.
Listen, with Triple H running it, I guarantee you WWE's stock will go up. Because he knows what the fans want. Vince McMahon just wants to throw shit, let him eat it out there.
Yes,
come on,
you nailed it.
Come on, you got to give this man a chance. You give it to Nick Khan, you're done.
You're done.
You're not gonna succeed. WWE is not gonna succeed.
WWE
They're gonna close their
doors.
doors.
Shambles, right?
And that would be terrible.
They better not.
That would be absolutely terrible.
I feel like
and as far as terrible, you've seen these matches now. You've seen what they do. Like, come on, put some good rivalries out there. Like.
What if Vince failed with WrestleMania and taking over the territories?
Yeah, well, the WWE wouldn't be what they were today.
I got a question for you too, Dad. What if the Monday Night Wars were never a thing?
I don't think they would have made as much money. I don't think these characters would have ever been born.
I feel anyone who's actually performed and once was a talent, people know what to do with the product. That's what I'm saying. I feel like Vince should pass down the company to someone that was in the business, like a Hall of Famer.
Of course, Alex. Vince has always had the better mind. But he's out of touch. He's in age.
He's just the best mind for the business.
He needs to retire. Triple H has to take over.
That's what I'm saying. He has the best mindset.
If you want a chance to succeed in this business,
look at what he did for NXT.
You need to go.
NXT was popping until Vince McMahon crushed it like it was a planetary devastation.
Man.
If you guys don't know what that is, it's from Naruto.
But what's going to be even more interesting is next Saturday's Royal Rumble 2022.
That is going to be very interesting.
Oh man, listen, I'm pissed. You know why I'm pissed? Because why not give Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania?
I mean, I guess because like everybody's been asking for it, so now they're just trying to rush it. Honestly, I don't feel like this is gonna be such a good match. You guys could prove me wrong, and WWE could prove me wrong, but I feel like they're rushing it now, so it's probably not gonna be a good match.
Well, let's get to it. The 30-man women and men Royal Rumble. Yes, Kevin, you're right. AEW is taking over things,
Lashley will win Rumble. I don't think so.
Listen, I think from the women, who do you think is going to win, and who do you think might make a surprise entry in the Royal Rumble? We know the Bella Twins are going to be there. They're going to be there. Mickey James is going to be there from Impact, coming with her title.
I'd be surprised to see AJ Lee in the
Word has it, Paige and Ronda Rousey and Asuka might make a surprise appearance at the Rumble.
I want to see AJ Lee.
If they want to win, listen, Priest, Roman Reigns. If Roman Reigns loses the title, he is going to win the Royal Rumble. I'm telling you. He's going to win that Rumble.
And if he does win, I have a feeling that Jon Moxley is going to interfere in that match because him and... No. If once Seth Rollins is going to get close to winning that match, Jon Moxley is going to interfere because him and Seth Rollins, out of wrestling, they're probably the best of friends. But in wrestling, they got bad blood. Those guys have had rivalries up and down. Those two have had rivalries since Seth Rollins was a heel for the Authority.
I wonder if the Iconics might make an appearance.
Me too. I haven't seen them in a while.
Well, they got released. They're an Impact. But remember,
Impact said something about WWE. So
that's what I'm saying. So
a few people in Impact... From Impact.
Yeah, AJ Lee will never be there.
No. You really don't think so?
AJ Lee and Moxley, no. Moxley, he said he would never ever do that shit.
What? Do what?
Go through that forbidden door.
He really said that.
Let's manifest this forbidden door shit. Exactly.
Right, exactly.
You gotta do it.
It's best
Listen
for
to the
business.
fans.
Best for business.
Listen to the fans. Hey.
But best for business. What's good with you slapping my arm?
Woo! God. Flair chop, man. Cut it out. So, who's your prediction for the winner of Royal Rumble?
For which one?
The women, I gotta say Liv Morgan.
Okay. I could see that. Liv Morgan. AJ is married to Punk. That's what I'm saying. So if I feel like if Punk was to come into WWE for some... Well, they're not exactly the same. But for some reason, I feel like if he was to come into WWE, she would probably do the same thing. Because best for business.
Yep, they owe Mickey James after what they did to her. They sure do.
What? I forgot what
they put her stuff in a trash bag.
Yes.
And the guy that did it was fired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Briscoes and man,
that would be
crazy if the Briscoes show up in the Royal Rumble. That would be crazy. I would have to say Big E or Damien Priest. Well, I'm not counting on Kevin Owens either. I'm not counting on Kevin Owens.
I gotta go with Big E, and I say that because
Raquel Rodriguez may join the Rumble. Yes, I heard about that too.
I think Big E's gonna win the Rumble. Big E is gonna try to face off against Roman.
That's the match they want to see.
And then, but then that would kind of be hard though, because I also want Big E to be a heel though. But he doesn't have the title anymore, so there's really no point of it unless he gets a title back. There's no point of a heel turn. I mean, unless Big E can really sell that heel, there's no point. This year's
Royal Rumble is very unpredictable.
Big E, unless Moose goes in it.
Well, listen, if Moose goes in it and wins it, that would
show up. Then they need to see the Usos someday.
Oh, whoa, bro,
that would be cool.
A dream match,
baby.
Like a dream match.
I think there will be a unification at Mania. Yeah, there could be.
It's possible. It's possible. Edge and Beth Phoenix against The Miz and Maurice.
I gotta go with The Miz and Maurice. I'm gonna go with Miz and Maurice. I haven't seen.
Yes, Lacey Evans. She might come back too. I gotta say Edge. I gotta go
with Miz and Maurice. They're notorious.
That's what I'm saying, Jeff. He's gonna lose the title and then win Rumble and then come back for the title.
That would be interesting. But I feel like they're not gonna do that too because Roman won the Rumble. I mean, you can win the Rumble more than once, but Roman already won the WWE title, and he's had the Universal title for a little while, so I feel like...
Well, Alex says his predictions are, for the men's, is Lashley, and for the women, Lita. That's a bold prediction.
Honestly, mine's for the men is Big E or Lashley. Or Roman. Those are my three.
All right, so you also got, like we mentioned, Brock Lesnar against Bobby Lashley. This match should have happened.
They're going to give it to Brock.
Mania.
Like I told you, it's rushed. Brock Lesnar's going to retain the
because
title.
They need ratings.
That's what I'm saying. Brock Lesnar's going to retain the
title.
They
need ratings. People are saying Sheamus might take it.
I doubt it.
That would be a shocker if Sheamus does take it.
Hey,
you know who should take it, though?
Who?
Cesaro.
They need to give that man some credit already. They need to boost that man already.
Yes.
Because they're doing terrible with Cesaro.
Exactly.
And it's getting on my nerves. I feel like they should give... honestly, anybody who can agree with me, but I feel like Cesaro is officially WWE title material. From the way he worked, Cesaro has a chance at winning the WWE title. But they dropped the ball with him so many times. So that's not really his fault.
Well,
and he's still loyal to the company. So.
And the final match, Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion, against Seth Rollins. I'm like, wow.
Honestly, I don't know. I gotta go. I'm gotta stay mutual on this one. I got these
It's
are
tough.
like two of my top.
You know
favorites.
your stepmom is gonna pick Roman Reigns, so
these are two of my top
given.
favorites. So I really don't know.
No, it's tough, man. It's
Cesaro
tough to
is an uncrowned champion.
Of course.
That was
the man
perfectly
needs to be a champion.
That was perfectly
The Fiend.
The Fiend. We could see I wouldn't be surprised if he takes it and he fights Roman at Mania.
Oh man.
I wouldn't be surprised if he takes it and fights Roman at Mania.
Seth isn't taking it. No.
Nah.
Braun Strowman, I don't know. Braun Strowman and WWE finished in bad terms.
They dropped Braun Strowman. Like they did so bad with him. I feel like he already broke Brock's record.
He did already. He broke Brock.
They dropped the title. What if Braun shows up?
That's my brother just said that. It's possible. You never know. Listen, in wrestling,
but
anything's possible.
Make him a heel. Don't make him a baby face. Like Braun Strowman.
Oh, he did his best work as a heel. He kicked the shit out of Roman Reigns when he was a face.
That rivalry would have to be one of the best modern day rivalries I've ever seen. They had ambulance matches,
everything,
a whole bunch of other
matches.
Ric Flair. That man is too old to step into a ring.
No way. That man is
in
his 70s already.
Go for a chop and break his back. He is too old for that. But Ric Flair's still that guy, though.
Jaden, our time is up. Thank you, wrestling fans, for joining us for our 3-year anniversary special. Wow, what a show today.
What a show.
Oh, man. It was an amazing show. We loved it. The Wheel of Evolution, the discussion, the news in pro wrestling.
Oh, man, down.
Oh, man. It's, yes, I had a blast, Jeff. We definitely had a blast.
Definitely had a blast. Ric Flair will fall entering the ring.
He will definitely fall. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. Before we go, please, again, feel free to share our content, guys. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Evolution of Pro Wrestling.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok.
My shirt.
We have an Evolution TikTok.
Yes, we do.
And again, please feel free to subscribe to our channel. Spread our YouTube channel out there. Let's get a name going. Get professional wrestling out there. Thank you, everyone, for the congratulations.
God bless. Love you, brother.
Love you too, brother. Thank you. Love you too, brother. Next show in the next 2 weeks, we will be having the history of women's wrestling. We're gonna go in depth in where professional.
Where's my shirt?
Well. Now that you mentioned that, behind the scenes, Evolution of Pro Wrestling partners have been talking about creating some merchandise. We will continue to
hoodies, shirts,
cups. We are in
it's a slow process. We
deliberation. We are talking about it. We're discussing it. We're having meetings. We're getting there. We will have that announcement shortly in the next couple of months.
We
maybe
definitely gotta
6 months.
Definitely gotta get some new colors.
Yes,
so we can't just go black. We can't just go with the black and white thing. We gotta get some other.
We're coming back with full effect.
Well, if we do get some merch, tell us what colors you guys will know about it. We will be publishing it. Where's my shirt? Word.
But yes, fans, as we mentioned, the history of women's wrestling.
I love Cheeky Star's shirt.
We will be talking about all eras.
Can I have the hair? This is mine.
He says David says I use a medium. Brian says I use an extra large. We're gonna discuss prices. We're gonna discuss stuff like that. Yeah. So we will get into that further as we go along in the future. As of now, we're focusing more on topics and top news. But yes, women's history of wrestling. Next week, we're gonna talk about all eras. Thank you, wrestling fans, for joining us. From myself, Lewis, the Encyclopedia of Pro Wrestling.
Jay, the Whiz Kid of Pro Wrestling.
And from my producer and director, my lovely wife, Yesenia. Thank you, fans, for joining us. Join us in the next 2 weeks for women's wrestling. Have a good night.